better life coming. And I don't care what the captain said, I fold it right at the top of my head. I lost my sight and the state backs in. I follow my heart and it leads me right to Jackson.
Not with my
incredible.
arm.
One, two, three, four.
Oh man, working in the US. I think working anywhere, whether it's in Uganda or in the UK or Europe or Australia or in China or Japan, no matter where you are, if you're spreading awareness, if you're telling the stories of what's going on in Uganda, then you're making an impact, because without the international community knowing what's going on, without them being aware, not much is going to happen. Mainly because it is a developing country, the infrastructure isn't what we call up to par with the rest of the world, and for it just to be handled between the government and the LRA and continue on the same cycle that it's in. And so working here, I mean, whether you're telling stories or raising money, I think that every role has a purpose, and without that specific part of the puzzle, then you can't complete it. So
I think what I've learned in my time being at Invisible Children is using creativity in getting things done in your work, in your job. And a lot of times, the way that the modern system of work is set up, it kind of is the same way as it's set up in the education system. So it kind of kills your creativity when you bring it to work. So for me, I really enjoyed learning how to use creativity in getting certain jobs done, whereas before it would have been like a set procedure, this is how you do it. So it's really great that you feel really independent because you're using whatever creativity you have and getting the job done.
The benefit is having the opportunity to be a part of a grassroots organization where you kind of get to do everything yourself. I started out as the office manager, and being able to kind of work my way up as the director of communications. It's pretty cool. And I don't know, I guess just seeing the transformation between the kids in Uganda, the staff that's here, and then also the kids that we reach out to in the States and around the world. So it's pretty incredible.
politically tied. Invisible Children is very unbiased, meaning we don't take a stance on either side. We don't take the stance on the side of the government or on the side of the LRA, because we know that this conflict is very complex, and because we're foreigners coming into this situation after it's been going on for almost 20 years, we don't know the complexity or the history as well as those involved. And for us to say we agree with this group would create conflict. And since we're an NGO, being biased on one side or the other will create a lot of difficulties when you're trying to really focus on helping to improve the quality of life for the children that have been affected by the war.
Definitely, yes. It is one of the most challenging things I've ever done in my life. I was an intern, and yeah, you just get so much responsibility and you're forced to learn new things, and yeah, it's really like life-changing. And not only do you learn a ton, it's like so fun, and it'll literally change your life. It'll grow you and stretch you in ways that you never thought you could. So definitely do it.
I would love to take credit for a lot of things. I think Invisible Children would love to take credit for a lot of stuff, but I don't think that there's a whole lot of evidence that says that we've played a very large role. However, since Displace Me, since thousands of people wrote letters to the government and said we need to do something about what's going on, Tim Shortley was appointed as a U.S. diplomat to go to Uganda to be a part of the peace talks going on in Juba. And since that's happened, the peace talks have actually been successful. However, the final peace agreement hasn't been signed. It's been delayed for a few months now, and Kony's denied signing it 4 times. But the fact that it is where it is, the situation has improved and has been put into Congo, is partly because of the efforts of people writing letters, spreading awareness, the international community getting involved. So I believe that Invisible Children and our efforts have played a role in the peace process, but I don't think that we could make claims about anything that's happened really.
Of course, because Rebecca is my assistant, and so she's worked side by side with me for this whole semester, and she has just been completely selfless, like doing anything I ask of her. A lot of it is just a lot of like boring data work that she did with a great attitude, and it definitely helped me because this whole semester has been getting a lot more organized for the future, and it's allowed me to look forward, and as Rebecca did other tasks, I was able to look more forward and plan for the semesters ahead. So I could not have imagined doing this semester without having her help. So yes, she definitely did help me in every single way, just answering phone calls and simple tasks.
I can't explain the state that I'm in, the state of my heart. He was my best friend. Into the car, from the backseat, oh admiration in falling asleep. All of my powers, day after day, I can tell you we swaggered and swayed deep in the tower.